redemption song, redemption song, redemption song.
Well, welcome everybody. I'm so glad you're here. So this is a unique, incredible service. And I'm also very, very pleased that you're here for yourselves. So that's what we, kind of encourage you to look inward and see your connection to Source and to God and what that feels like for you. All right, so welcome. Welcome. This is my first time doing this. I'm a little nervous. Okay, so some people know me a little better. Okay, so I'm here going to announce our different announcements that we have going on. We have beautiful things going on in the weekdays during the service. So I would like to encourage you to, check out the workshops and the yoga and everything else we have to offer you. Okay, so with the announcements, Harry is doing an incredible Qigong workshop. I actually took it, and I have to tell you, it's amazing. You're not going to overextend yourselves. So I encourage you to come check it out. And Harry, would you like to say a few words about your workshop? It's right after service. So after you eat and get really full, I encourage you to come and do it.
That's right. Hi, everybody. I'm Harry Warrench. I've been teaching Qigong about 6 years around here. And you took a Qigong class. This is a mini seminar. I do teach like a play shop. I call them play shop workshops. And it's easy. It's kind of like gentle yoga. In fact, it's been called Chinese yoga. So we're going to have fun, do a few quotes, give you a background of Qigong and medical Qigong, and then we'll just go for it. Whatever we can accomplish in an hour, 15 minutes. Hope to see you there. When does it start? 11:30. Thank you.
Yay. Thank you, Harry. Okay, next week we have something very, very special going on, so mark your calendars. We have a breathing workshop or breath work. So it's going to be put on by the Art of Living Foundation. They're going to come here and kind of talk about what breath work can do for you. And no, it's not just breathing, promise. It's about going inward with your breath. And if you've never done it, I would suggest you just come and just, check it out too. All right, so that'll be next Sunday at 11:30. Lisa is back, so we're going to be doing our chair yoga on Tuesday at 10. Again, beautiful, beautiful offering. And the book club, the Mystic Book Club, is on sabbatical until fall. So I encourage you to read some good books on your own. And of course, our first service, Patty Wilson with her beautiful bowls. If you haven't experienced it, I really, really encourage you to come at 9. I know you have to get up a little bit earlier, but it's so worth it. It really is a beautiful offering. So that's about it. I made it through that. Thank you. Thank you, folks. Savannah, would you like to come up and sing us a beautiful song? Sure. Thank you.
Funny, I said, may I introduce you or anything? She's like, no, I've got my clipboard. I got this. I said, you do got this. We're good, You can do a lot with just with the clipboard and a good state of mind, right? All right. So I was requested to do this song last week, and I listened to it, and it's awesome. It's got like a Doobie Brothers vibe. So I was actually listening to it on the way here, and I'm just like with the windows down, like, you'll see, you'll see. There's a reason for the sunshine and sky, and there's a reason why I'm feeling so high. Must be the reason when that love light shines all around us. Yeah, clap if you want to. Let that feeling grab you deep inside and send you reeling where your love can't hide, and then go stealing the moonlight nights with your love, Lord. Just let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love grow with the smallest of dreams, and let your love show. And you'll know what I mean. There's a season. Woo! Let your love fly like a bird on a wing, and let your love bind you to all living things, and let your love shine. And you'll know what I mean. That's the reason. There's a reason for the warm, sweet nights, and there's a reason for the candle lights. Must be the season when those love lights shine all around us. So let that wonder take you into space and lay you down. It's a loving embrace, just feel the thunder as it warms your face. You can't hold back. Just let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love grow with the smallest of dreams, and let your love show. And you'll know what I mean. It's the season. Woo! Let your love fly like a bird on a wing, and let your love bind you to all living things, and let your love shine. And you'll know what I mean. It's the season. Just let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love go through all living things. Let the love show, and you'll know what I mean. It's the season. All right. Yes, we're adding that to the rotation. Thank you so much for recommending that. Oh yeah, that's a good song, right? Gets the good flowing juices going. So yes.
All right, the good flowing juicies. Okay. I love that. I can't stop looking at your sparkly shoes at Malik. And they're like, oh, wow, I want a pair. You're just sparkling, Savannah. Thank you so much for that gorgeous song. I saw some few of you dancing, too. And so I'd like to bring up Maureen for our treatment and meditation. She's got some beautiful words for us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Maureen.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Wasn't that song make us happy? Are you happy? I'm happy. I'm happy. You're happy. So I'm the one that requested that song because along with acronyms, song lyrics are one of my favorite things. And on several occasions, I have actually done song readings in lieu of the reading for the service. And that was kind of the case today, but I thought, Savannah can help us feel that rather than me just reading lyrics. But I did do a little background work on it. And actually what the inspiration was for this is from the Daily Guides, which this month in the Science of Mind magazine, August, Reverend Michelle Medrano is the person. And one of her headings on the Daily Guide was, "Let the love flow." So of course, that song's going through my mind, and like Paul reminded me, Don Cooper's actually sang that song here at the center for us at several different times. So at any rate, I got this inspiration about that and letting the love flow. And so I did a little background work on it. And it was released in 1976 by the Bellamy brothers, two brothers, who were originally from Pasco County, Florida. And they had done some work down in in Tampa with a recording company, and it got really good reception. And they decided they were encouraged to move to Los Angeles, where, much more was going on and, could expose them to more opportunities. And so they did, and they were doing some work with Neil Diamond's band. And one of the drummers told them that there was this fellow that was a roadie with Neil Diamond's band that had written this little song, a 3.5-minute song that just made you feel good. And he thought that would be a perfect song for them to sing, because it was just, what they were looking for. Well, they got the song, and Larry E. Williams is the person who actually wrote the song, and he was thrilled to give it to them. And they did some work there, right, with the band, and they were so excited about it. And it had like 2 or 3 takes, and it was done. And it's just a happy little 3.5-minute song, that makes you feel good. So at any rate, they moved on, and one of the other people that were there at the recording session was from the Netherlands. And so he took a copy of it back with him, and it became an instant hit in Europe, And it also became a #1 hit here. And so they were very happy with all of this, and it seemed to be going pretty well for them. And it's just a nice little story about, what we can do to help ourselves feel better, So at any rate, thank you again, Savannah, for singing it for us. And so on top of that, I'd like to just add to it that I was going to have Savannah sing it after the thing, but I'm glad she did it first, because now I'm going to read to you what came up this morning when I'm thinking, well, if Savannah didn't have time to do it and it didn't work out, I would just, see what else I could do. And what shows up but from the Vision Alignment Project. I don't know if many of you are familiar with that, but they send out, it's not every day, but they send out little things, and it's about what we can envision for our world. So this is entitled, A Vision for Harmonic Choir. We see a world where we have realized the great value and effects that sound has upon us and our well-being. And therefore, we let go of our desire to play and listen to dissonant, angry, or discordant music, and we have begun to explore the wondrous blessings we receive from surrounding ourselves with uplifting spirits, sounds, and music. Accordingly, in our explorations, we have rediscovered the healing and rejuvenating properties of harmonic choir. That special blending of voices that makes us feel expanded and lifted up. And we have made the sounds of harmonic choir more available to people everywhere as they go about their day. Now we are more relaxed, more creative, more at peace with our world and fellow travelers. Because the sounds of harmonic choir have given us a taste of oneness and shown us the great benefit that can happen to people when they blend their energies with one another. That's why we're here. So, I invite you, turn within and hear that harmonic choir that's beating within each and every one of us, knowing that it is the creator of all, here, everywhere, always active, and that we are one not only with it, but one of it. We are all connected. We are all loving and kind at our core. And I know that that is happening for each and every one of us as we allow it to be. And I know that that same force, that same love, power, and energy that is of source now is directing this service with all that we have, which is amazing. We have all the powerhouse that this center is, each and every person involved in it, which is all of us. And I am so grateful to everyone that does all the wonderful things within themselves for us. So the stewardship to our self-love is to allow it to be and enjoy everything that comes forth now, knowing it is good and only good in this service. I let it be, and so it is.
Thank you, Maureen, for that beautiful meditation and uplifting affirmative prayer. I hope everyone takes that into their hearts and starts feeling and knowing who they are. Savannah, would you like to come up and give us another beautiful song? You are just a little fun bunny today. Yay.
A fun bunny. Kind of think I'm like a sloth sometimes, especially on Sundays, you know? But hey, I'll take it. All right, so this is a song I wrote. It's called Fight for Peace. Life has a way of sneaking in and doing a flip before you can even begin to process it. Oh, to process it, it just is. Sometimes it's more than you can take when you're feeling the weight of all of your mistakes. From the pain, my heart it aches. I don't feel no grace, just the demons I gotta face. Well, I'm angry that I'm still angry, holding on to resentment and bitterness like I'll get some kind of justice out of it, but slowly it's killing me. And this angst, no, it isn't really me, but the fight for peace. You thought this would be over and done with now, and as the clock strikes midnight, you make a vow to let it go, to let it go. But you hold on. Well, this isn't the first time and it won't be the last that you're diving in and out, reliving your past, and it tosses you around while you're bleeding on the ground. Please give me the courage to see, and give me the wisdom to see. Yeah. Give me the courage to be released. Give me the strength to breathe. I'm not so angry that I'm still angry, 'cause healing, it comes in waves. And my darling, you are so brave to continue on this road that you made.
Thank you, Savannah. You truly are a blessing. Your songs are so impactful and your words beautiful. Thank you. All right, so And now the main event. I've known this man, Nick Blakely, for a couple of years now, and what a beautiful being. I know he's going to share some incredible insights and beautiful words to uplift us and to give us another insight into who we might be and who we might become. So without further ado, here's Nick. I'm not going to say the magic Elvis word, but here's Nick.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let me get organized just a little bit. I'm not used to this. I have water up here. I got the minister's spot to park. I mean, come on. I'm just not used to it. Good morning. I have to get just a second to get organized here. Let me move this phone. I know it looks like I have a lot of material, but I'll get through it an hour and a half, 2 hours tops. Good morning once again. It is such an honor to be here that Ken calls me and trusts me to be on the platform. And it's a special honor to hear Savannah. You know, I've been coming to this church for some time. We have a lot of different artists. We have Don Cooper. He sings Namaste and just songs of love, and it's just wonderful to hear him. We have Catherine, and she sings about everybody had a ukulele. This world would be a better place. And then we have Sam and Lucy. Take the time to be joyful. And I want to tell you that Savannah has come into her own here. She has developed songs that just resonate with this group. She sings from the heart. And I don't know of a performer that gets more enjoyment out of playing for you. So thank you, Savannah. The name of my talk today is, have you read any good books lately? And the reason I picked this title is because a couple of weeks ago, I heard Jim Soul talk. He did the service, and bless his heart, I love Jim Soul. He's so sincere, so authentic, and he talked about his love of reading, how he loved spiritual books. And I said to myself, you know, I used to do a lot of reading before, but not so much anymore. I don't read books anymore. And so today's talk is a little bit about action, taking action. So I took action. I said, if I want to read more, the first thing I did was I went to the television and I turned on the closed captioning. Is this on? No, sympathy, I'll take sympathy laughs, that's okay. If you've heard me talk before, you know I'm from Detroit. And I loved growing up in Detroit. It was a wonderful town, very adventurous town, very industrial town. There were so many good things about Detroit. They had amusement parks, they had the Buffalo boat, where you would float down the Detroit River for 45 minutes, go to an amusement park, and then float back up to Detroit. And the boat had a ballroom on the middle floor and a cafeteria, so you dance and play. It was just a wonderful time. And there were so many good things. Verner's Ginger Ale Factory was born there. Better Made potato chips. Motown, Hitsville, USA. Actually, it was one of the first places that I had applied for work. I envisioned working for Motown, walking in the Temptations. I love the way you do the things you do. Oh, yeah. Just serving coffee. It didn't matter. I just envisioned this great experience. Well, needless to say, I didn't get the job, but I was there. Detroit was a thriving city. It had two 2 dime stores, the Woolworth chain, and Kresge's, where you could buy penny candy. And they had Saunders. How many people know Saunders? Saunders, chocolates, fudge, all of that stuff. They had cafeterias, the cream puff ice cream stuff. It was wonderful, just enjoyable. And the thing that set Detroit apart from everything was the auto industry. I remember as a kid, about this time of the year, the new cars were going to be introduced, first week of September. So as a young 12-year-old, I would ride my Schwinn bike and I would go to the back lots and look at all of these cars. You could see yourself coming in the chrome about 2 blocks away. They were beautiful. They were beautiful. And they retooled those cars every year. It wasn't the same thing every year. It was totally different. Everybody had to have a new car because it was so different. Not like today. Today, it's just one place to the other as quickly as possible, economically as possible. So those were glory days of the auto industry. But the one thing I did not care for about Detroit was the weather. It's not that it snowed much. It really didn't. It's not that it was that cold, because it really wasn't. Sometimes it would snow on Thanksgiving Day, and it would be gray, not rainy, just gray. And come April, come May, I was wondering if the adage was true. April showers will bring May flowers. But alas, they came. The sun came, and spectacular display of flowers. But what I would do during those cold winter months when it was gray, I would go to the library. I would take out books, take out periodicals, magazines, and you had to return them in a week. So I would take these out, read them, take them back, take them out, and take them back again. Things have changed. You now can get books on tape. You can get on websites that will give you information on books. You can go to AI and get a book report on any book that you want, read it, and you get the idea of what the book is about. I have seen on YouTube and Facebook certain things that says how to be a more interesting speaker or how to be a better listener. And it will tell you 10 books to read. And what I've done is I've gone on AI, ChatGPT, and I said, give me a paragraph on each chapter. And I've read that, and I said, this is great. Great information in a very, very short little tidbit that you can easily digest. Now, I belong to Blinkist, which is a site that you can put in a book, and it will give you 8 minutes about certain chapters. And that's a quick way of devouring a book. Now, Blinkist came from the book Blink, which is actually a book that I read. And in a nutshell, Blink is a book about snap judgments, why they are sometimes better than reasoned out deliberations. And it tells you the story of Kurus. It's a statue that the Getty Museum in Los Angeles was about ready to purchase for a great deal of money. And the sale was about ready to go through when somebody said, something about it is strange. And from the famous words of the poet Robert Zimmerman, you all know Robert Zimmerman. Oh, Bob Dylan. He says, when something ain't right, it's wrong. It doesn't get much more simpler than that. And they looked at the statue, and one person said, it looks like I'm looking at the statue through glass. Something about it. And what happened was that they did a little further vetting and found out this statue from the 6th century BC was a fraud. and they did not go through with the purchase. But the reason I share that with you right now is because this is about your gut feeling. This is about your intuitive knowing when you know something is not right. Now, those on the spiritual path, hopefully, we've learned to walk the other way. To say, okay, I don't even want to get into this. Let's just move on and let me go to my good. So it was a very interesting book. And it talks about your feeling nature, which is what we're all about here. The other book that I wanted to talk about was Think and Grow Rich. Napoleon Hill's great book. A lot of you have heard of it. And Think and Grow Rich, a lot of people think, well, it's a get-rich-quick book. And it is so much more than that. Getting rich in relationships, getting rich with creativity, getting rich with all things in life. This is what the book is about. The interesting part is Napoleon Hill got together with his friends, masters of the industry, leaders of the industry, and he said, let's have a mastermind meeting. Let's get together, sit down, and talk about what we want. Does this sound familiar? Ken just had a class with us. The Science of Mind, 5 steps of affirmative prayer. It is the same thing. What they would do is they would sit down and one person would say, this is what I want. I would like to have this happen in my life. And then they go around the table and say, well, I see this happening for you. I see Spirit working in ways to give you ideas, to give you thoughts, to give you inclinations that this is the way to move to accomplish what you want. And that's what we do with affirmative prayer. You know, my wife and I do this all the time with each other. I'll see you in the light. I'll see you going through this. I'll see this for you. I'll see Spirit working on your behalf, moving in ways that maybe you don't know about, but I will affirm it because I know Spirit is working for you. So there's a lot of points to Think and Grow Rich, but very briefly I want to talk on just a couple. He talks about desire. Whatever it is you desire, make a decision. It is so critical to make a decision. This is who you are. This is what you want. And I move forward knowing Spirit will assist me. There is a power in that. And this is the first tenet of Think and Grow Rich. Decide on something. You know, and you hear it every single Sunday when Ken said, you know, your life is not a problem to be solved. It's a miracle unfolding. Name your miracle. Name it. And then claim it. And then go out and make it your own. If you haven't read Think and Grow Rich, it's an interesting book. As I said, the most crucial thing that I got out of this book was the mastermind principle. And it comes from the saying, where 2 or more people are gathered in my name, I will be there with you. So when you ask for something in his name, when you ask Spirit, Spirit is anxious to give you what you want. The other book that I'd like to touch upon is The Greatest Salesman, Og Mandino. How many are you familiar with Og Mandino? Wonderful writer. When I was working in Michigan, I was funded by the Department of Commerce, and I would go to economic development groups, and I would go to chambers of commerce groups, and one of the first things I would say is, how many people are salespeople here? 1 or 2 people would raise their hand. And I would say, in essence, we're all salespeople. We're all selling. You know, we're selling the way, from the moment that we wake up in the morning, the way we dress, the way we comb our hair, the language that we use, we're all selling who we are. And it was a great philosopher, Jackson who said, I'm looking at the man in the mirror and I'm asking him to change. And that's what we need to do. Michael Jackson. Is this on? Okay. And that's what you have to do. It's our responsibility to change. It isn't anybody else's responsibility. It is ours. It is ours to do. When Ken asked me to do this talk a couple of weeks ago, I said, Ken, I got this going on, I got that going on, I got this going on. And I never said that to him. But I said to myself, this is mine to do. Stand up and do it. Stand up and be here. Oh, thank you. I'm not done yet. I should, maybe after that applause, I should quit, quit while you're ahead, but. So very briefly, I just want to talk about the 10 scrolls. The story is about a book about Hafid, who shares his secret to become the greatest salesperson in the world. And he's given scrolls, 10 different scrolls and I've gone through, I'm kind of ashamed to show you this, but it's a well-used book that's torn apart with coffee stains. But the idea is you take these scrolls, and the scrolls are 3 or 4 pages long. I'm not going to read them like that, but you take the scrolls, you read them silently in the morning, you read them with a whisper, and then you read them aloud at night. And what that does, it starts to instill in your mind these statements, and they're true. You all know them, you all feel them, you all live them. They're statements that ring true at the heart. And the 10 scrolls, the first scroll is, today I will begin a new life. Yesterday is gone. The things that have happened are past. Today I begin anew. Today I will start anew. This is a fresh day. I won't think about the past. The second scroll, I will greet this day with love in my heart. If you read this scroll a few times, you will start to realize you want to greet this day with love. This is the day that we have. What is the Bible saying? This is the day the Lord hath made, and we will be glad and rejoice in it. This is what we have. No one's guaranteed tomorrow. No one can go back. But this day, if we start greeting this day with love, we will say things to our loved ones. They might not be here tomorrow. You might not be here tomorrow. But today we can do it. The third scroll is, I will persist until I succeed. We don't want to give up. For the things that we say we desire, we do not want to give up. Things will happen to slow us down. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Sometimes things will get in the way, but we don't stop. We persist. If we can learn persistence. I have a friend who is a professional musician, graduated from the Berklee and taught at the Berklee School of Music. He gets up here, an incredible musician, absolutely incredible musician. Some of you have probably heard him. And he gets up, he practices 45 minutes vocal exercises. He practices guitar for 2 hours. He practices his performance skills. Persistent every single day. He's an artist. He does that every day, and he is good. But he has dedicated that. The fourth scroll, I am nature's greatest miracle. We walk and talk. We have this life. We see things. We absorb things. We're just a miracle that all of this happens. And if you want to get into biology, if you want to get into health, our cells are constantly regenerating. We're not the same person we were 7 years ago. We keep on changing. We are a miracle. The fifth scroll, which I think is one of the most important ones, I will live this day as if it is my last. If you knew today was your last day on earth, you would take every precious moment. You would forgive everything. You would tell people things that you might not have told them. And if it isn't your last, you wake up in the morning praising God that you have another chance to start again. The sixth scroll says, I will be master of my emotions. This is important. Calming yourself down. And a quick story. I'm on a Zoom call with a friend of mine who's writing a book on prime words. And on the Zoom call, we had talked about when you feel a certain way, use an affirmation to come out of it. Okay. I took Marie to a doctor's appointment, and we got in the doctor's appointment, and they wouldn't see her because she had forgot her card. She's a long-term patient. And I said, well, I can go back and get your card, and I can be back in a couple of hours. We have some things to do. No. 100% inflexible. Not going to see you until you show up with that card, long-term patient or not. So I said, okay, I'll go back and get the card. So I drove back 15, 20 minutes, and I must admit that I had a conversation in my mind about what I was going to say and how I was going to say it. So all the way through this traffic, I'm thinking, boy, that's like, geez. You could. And I got home and I thought, hey, I was just at this class talking about changing your words. I said, okay, this is how I feel. Let me be compassionate. So the 20-minute ride back, I'm saying, I am compassionate. I am compassionate. It was a wonderful trip back. I got back to the office. Nobody needed to say anything. Here's the card. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Take my wife. Let's go. The change in me was so dramatic. And I told them about this. I said, using these words absolutely help, whatever your words are. Whoop. I think I missed a scroll, and I'll do it quickly. The 10th scroll is I'll pray for guidance. I will pray for guidance. And, why do we come to church? Why do we meditate? Why do we read books? Why do we do all this stuff? And I think, it's just my concept, I think why we do this is to bring us back to center, that we're centered in our energy, in our consciousness. We're not out there flying. We're not out careless. We're not out drifting in the world. We're more centered. And I know how you feel when you leave the church. You feel good. This is a great place to be right now. And when we talk about prime words, I was telling about being compassionate. I wanted to close with this. Growing up in Detroit, my teacher was Eric Butterworth from the Unity School. And Eric taught a class every Wednesday at the Buell Building, 12th floor, 11 o'clock. It was a great class. I used to go there all the time. I loved to hear Eric Butterworth. And this one story that he told, he said, I went to class, I was giving this class, and it was a downpour in Detroit. Absolute downpour. I got on the elevator, soaking wet. Umbrellas almost turned inside out. And I said, oh, what a miserable day. And he said he got up to the 12th floor and he said, what did I just say? He said, come on, I teach this stuff. The day is just the day. It's a rainy day. It's downpouring today. He said, the miserable is in my mind. The day is just a day. The world is going to do whatever it does. You know, we don't have any thought. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. And one of the scrolls said, I will laugh at today. And remember the 4 important words. This too shall pass. Be centered. Do your meditation. Come to church. It's a great place to be. So I invite you this week to choose a word and focus on that word. My word is peace. I want to be at peace this week. I want to be calm. I want to be at peace this week with everything. How that happens, I don't know, but I know that Spirit will help me do that. But I want to be at peace this week. I want to have my vibrations calm, collected, and moving forward in a peaceful manner. That's my word. Your word's going to be different. Whatever your word is, focus on that prime word. Focus on that word that has energy for you, whether it's activity, whether it's silence, whatever it is, it's your word. It is your growth. It is your understanding. It is your unfolding. So that was about it. I wanted to tell you the story of Eric Butterworth because I've listened to him so many times. And there are so many things that I remember that he said that just stick with me. And one of the things that he said, he always says, is we don't see things as they are. We see things as we are. When we start letting go, as I drove to get that little card for that office, that's how I felt. I said, oh, geez, how can they do this to me? Oh. But then I started saying, I am compassion. And if you listen to Sam and Lucy, they do that refrain, compassion and love, compassion and love. It's a mantra, compassion and love. Once again, I want to thank Ken for the opportunity to speak with you. I had a text message last night that said, Nick, I'm looking forward to your sermon. I said, I really don't do a sermon. Several weeks ago, I did a talk, and what you got basically is Nick Blakely 1. Today, Nick Blakely 2. If Ken has me back, you'll get the third. So once again, thank you so much. And so it is. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Nick. That was beautiful. Ooh. My word is love, and I'm going to use it right now. I love Savannah's music, and I would love for her to come back up here and chant us again. Thank you.
As Nick was giving his sermon, because it was indeed a sermon, I was thinking about how interconnected teachers, artists, healers, they all correlate with one another, and it's awesome. And I love that you have your paper notes, and I have my notes on my phone here. And we're all just got our notes. And as you were speaking, and it gave me some ideas for the future. So I was like, I left my phone on stage, but I'm going to write it down really quick so I don't forget. So, thank you for that. And that was an awesome lesson, too. And yellow page books are the best, by the way. Don't worry, I won't take your notes. I know, I was thinking the same thing about mine. I'm like, you better not take my music. No. I'm gonna have that peaceful conversation. No, just kidding. You did the right thing. Doctors' offices can be a challenge. Even driving down the road can be a challenge. This guy was wailing his horn because I was going the speed limit, and I'm like, balance and composure. Balance and composure. Yeah. And he wanted me to be mad so bad, and I was like, nope, I'm not doing that. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. No religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us, and the world will live as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of men. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us, and the world will live as one. You may say that I'm a dreamer, yeah, but I'm not the only one. Hope someday you will join us, and the world will live as one. Oh, and the world will live as one. Whoa, and the world will live as one. Thank you. That was awesome. You guys were with your flashlights, those like little fireflies in the audience. I'm like, oh, it's summertime in Tennessee. I love it. Thank you.
I'm sorry. She can't turn off her flashlight. Oh, us boomers, I don't know. Wow. So
Never fear, a millennial's here. They did it all on their own. They didn't even need me.
Oh.
I was just like, yo. No, just kidding.
Oh, so now we come to the donation and giving and that part of the giving time. And what I'd like you to do is kind of put your hand on your heart and think about your abundance. Abundance of love, abundance of friends, abundance of community here. And I love this community. It's given me so much back. And so I even do love hospitality, even though you see me cranky sometimes, I do. So I'd like you to consider what will return to you as you give. Because what you give returns to you 10 times. I truly believe that concept. If you give love, you get love back 10 times. If you give your time comes back to you in other ways. And that's about it. So think about what you might like to give to the center. We can always use volunteers. We can use abundance. And just thank you. Just think about that. That's a good takeaway. So the people with the little gold bowls are going to go around and you do your thing. Thank you. Oh, wait. Aren't we supposed to say something? Can you get that slide up? All right, here we go. Woo, thank God for that slide. All right, I live in a universe of abundance as I freely and joyfully give. I join in the divine flow, and all I share in life returns to me abundantly. Yes, thank you. Thank you for it all. Oh, what's next? I got a clipboard. Hold on, nobody's touching my clipboard. Okay, thank you. And so, we're going to call Nick back up. Here you go, Nick. Oh, wait a second. Wait. Welcome to the stand. Yep.
If you could follow me home, I've got an iPad, and I've got a couple of other things that maybe you could coordinate, get everything to work together.
We're both stuck on the paper, you know. It just works better. It's definite. It doesn't move, you know.
Yeah. The thing is, if you can find what you're looking for, that'll be great. But a quick story about technology. We were in New York to a wedding, a very fancy wedding, all this big New York crowd. And the bride wanted to be swept away in her little horse or her little carriage, like Cinderella. What do you think her carriage was? A brand new white Tesla. So we were in the parking lot trying to figure out how to start it. And people came out, the technology people came out, and they said, well, we're going to have to reboot the software. Just what you want in a car, right? Talking about cars. It's like you can take the key, you get in there, and you go. Well, in closing, once again, I want to thank you. And in closing, if we could just close our eyes for a moment. And this is what I know. There's only one presence, one spirit. God the good, omnipotent. I'm an individualized expression of this one good, one God. I am forever blessed as I move out in life. I know that I was put here for a reason, walking the soil of St. Augustine at this day, at this time frame. No matter what's going on in the world, I'm here for a reason. I'm capable of that reason. I deserve the good. I ask for the good. And I don't ask idly. This was promised. This was a promise to you. What was the promise? Ask, and ye shall receive. Seek, and ye shall find. Knock, and it will be opened unto you. It is the Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. Now it's time to ask. We deserve it. We were promised. And we move forward knowing this is the truth. And so it is.
Okay, Savannah, can you please sing us out with our final song? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
For me, you guys are great. All right, well, if you've heard me sing before, you know this is our routine closing song. So feel free to stand up, clap, sing, anything. Sometime in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we're wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, I'll be your friend, I'll help you carry on. For it won't be long, so I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride. If I have things you need to borrow, for no one can fill those of your needs that you won't let show. So just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'd understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong, I'll be your friend, I'll help you carry on. It won't be long, so I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. So just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'd understand. We all need somebody to lean on. That's what it's about. Getting together, hold hands, and dance and sing and all the things. So, if you have a load that you have to bear, that you can't carry on, right up the road, I'll share your load. If you just call me, 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 if you just call me. All right. Thank y'all so much for having me. Now go be great and enjoy your week.